Welcome back, everybody. It's another wonderful day today to learn data analysis. Specifically, today we just talk about Python. So there will not be much about data analysis. So we are in the fourth week, and today we will talk about date time, because the time is very, very important, because there is this time series analysis when it comes to data. You may want to forecast maybe the cryptocurrency or stock exchange or anything that might change in the period of time. Yeah, so in that case you have to know how to handle time, how to format time, how to extract time. So we will talk about date time and then exception handling. What this means actually, if we manage to handle exceptions, our application will never break, because we consider different scenarios, and then we can handle our when there's error, we can handle gracefully. I mean, they call it actually graceful deprecation. Yes. File handling, of course, it's a way to handle file, reading a file, creating a file, appending a file. So this is related to a file. Regular expression is a very, very powerful tool that allows you to clean text, to find a pattern in a text. So this is very important in data science, data analysis, machine learning, whatsoever discipline related to cleaning, especially text. Yeah. Now let's go to 30 days of Python and go to the daytime day. That's which challenge, the 16th day. I recommend you to go through 30 days of Python. People love it, so hopefully you will love it too. Yeah. So as you can see, this is how we import. Now by now you know how to import. So I will just take you to this project. This is our project. So let's create a WEEK-4, and I will create a file and I call it date time module unit.py, and then import date time. This is how you import it. Yeah, let me just. Then what you should do, sometimes you don't know what to do next because it's hard to know the available submodules. So what you should do, print dir, and then the date time itself. The date time itself, I will see. And then let's run. As you can see, it gives me a couple of submodules. Usually the underscores are not something you should look for. The date time copy. I don't know what that means. Sys time and time delta, time zone, time info. Yeah, now let me show you. But from here, we can, as you can see, date time. We can import actually from date time. We can import this one. And now again, if I print this, the submodules will be different. As you can see, I have a different submodule. Do I have a? Oh, guys, do you hear me, by the way?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. Because I have seen that. Do you hear me, Mika? Okay, I think if most of you hear me, then I think my mic's okay. Then Mika, you may fix your mic. So as you can see, we can extract lots of information from this the time date. You can see that date day, yeah, yes, yeah, I don't know what it means, what it is for, but you can just have a look and you can get everything you need related to the time. Yeah, so I would also like to follow this, and it's good to follow for you. This is how I declared. You can say this current time or now, whatsoever you want. And let's see, what did I do? That's not something I want to do. Let's do now. It's going to be date dot now and call it something like this. And let's print out the now. After this, I don't need this anymore because you had a chance to see what we have there. No. Okay. Good. So if I just run that, with all this kind of time format, it's not very friendly, but actually we can extract now, for instance, the hour. You know, what's the hour now? I can store it in an hour, now dot hour. And then let's see, print the hour now. As you can see, it's 17. And now in my time, as you can see, it's 17. As you can see that. Okay. Can I go for a minute? Yes, you can say a minute. And now dot minute. And then let's see the minute also then. And let's print. I'm sorry, I think the minute was not minute. As you can see, it's 50. This doesn't sound very human friendly. So I can put something like this, like string formatting, and I can go, I can inject this data. By now you're familiar to this, right? If you came from JavaScript, yes, straightforward, so you don't need yes, you can see now I manage, maybe you can say the time now is, yeah, okay, month. Yeah, I can extract also the seconds, but we're not interested in seconds. Now the month, day, now the day. Sometimes I can get confused with day and date. Year, year, and let's see what we get from that. So print, what's the month, and what's the day, and what's the year. But I put it in a strange order anyway. As you can see, the month is 6 and the day is 16. That's true, but let's put it in a European way. Very good one. And put it something like this. By now you're familiar with this injection, right? Injecting data or variables into I forgot. Yeah, now let's see. Yeah, so are you okay with this? I think this and actually you can also change this to something else. Sometimes we have this format, right? Oh, sorry, or this format. Yeah, but now as you can see this, most of the time you see something like this. Something like this. 0.6, not, or this one is also 0.6. Yeah, this are you common? Is it common to have without the 0 or with the 0? What's common for you?
It varies.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but if it is also, if you need the 0 also, it's easy to fix, because what you should do, if, what's the month? The month is, actually, yeah, if month is less than 10, we can say, then we have to say month. For the time being, I can just put something like that. Then what was the month? 0. 0 plus stir, and then month. Actually, and then month. And I can inject the new month here. Have you seen? Yeah, so I did a calculation, some kind of calculation there. Okay, good. So you can fix this. But I think now even we can change this to a kind of, but maybe how about if we need a kind of, now it's actually June and 16, 20, 21. How about if I'm interested to get such kind of a format? You may tell me, how do I do this? I'm waiting for your answer. And more students are coming. Thank you guys for coming. Now, of course, you have to have some kind of a month list first. Tell me, January, February. I think it will be hard for me to write it. I have already something I prepared. So I go to my gist. But by the way, guys, you can access my gist. What? Why? Yeah, so it's already here. So all my dishes, let me see, for instance, something related to, yeah, I can just copy this. Why? I can just copy this, but it has some kind of a typo there. It's easy to fix that. So month, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and this extra. Okay, good. So how do we get actually yeah, so we have to go for this 12, for instance. Let me show you month, and you can pass just the month as an index. Then I should get it something. I will show you print, and let's see what we got. Yeah, I got somehow actually July. Yes, that's something I should get, because index starts from 0. So just take 1. Then by now I should get June. Great. So to get something like what I should do, print, I can pass this, and then the date. What's the date again? or day, and then year. And this should give me something. Have you seen? Yeah. Then you may say, today is but you can also change this to a function, and this function will work independently. Yeah. For instance, you may call it diff generate date time, and it may take different parameters, and even we can just put everything inside. And by the way, it's a bit different from React in JavaScript. You can import the import module inside a function here. Okay, guys. So instead, even you can give it a parameter different, short time, long time, time with so different parameters. Okay. Let me now just without any parameter, we don't need this printout anymore because it's but let's for instance this hours, yeah, hour and minute. Maybe we can just generate here hour and a minute, right? Yes. Then we can, this one is just a long format, some kind of a long time format, and I can just, I'm just creating different things here, and then I can return different. For instance, if I want to just return long time format, so I'm returning this. So if I say print generate this, and I have to call it, of course, you have to invoke that. Yeah, but how about if I want to return this? I can return that with Python is so smart that with a comma you can hour, minute, hour, minute, hour and minute. I think it would be nice, but it gives you as in a tuple, as you can see. Oh yeah, and again now it's the minute is less than 10. This is what I got. So we should fix that also with an if condition, but yeah, we don't worry for a tiny problem now. Yes, this is what I got. But instead of something like this, how about if my function, if I want my function to work differently, if I need a short time, it should give me a short time. If I am interested to just get out a minute and hours, it should give me something like that. Yeah, but this is not a Python lesson, so we don't exhaustively waste our time learning how a function works. If you want, you can make this a function that generate different time formats. But let's just keep learning the time thing here. Now, where are we now? Yeah, so this is what we have covered. But how about if we have a time like this? As you can see now, this is just a time I created the challenge or something. Let me show you. New year. So the new year, maybe I think we're already in 20, but let's just keep this. So we can also extract the time out. If you say now new year dot year, so this should give me 2020. Now print the time is not defined. Oh yeah, date time, because the reason why this date time is already inside the function. So I have to have something outside. Yeah, 2020. So it's the same. We can get the year, the day, the month, the year, hour, and the minute, and the second. We can get any time details using the dot and the attribute. Do you have any question?
Is there any inbuilt function to kind of convert that month from number to the,
Yes, that's very good. Yeah, this is the hard way we've been doing this one. But now in this part, we are actually coming to do it in a more elegant way. There's already a built-in thing. Yeah. So as you can see, day time, this is the same thing what we did here. And what we do actually is string format time. And then this gives us, I may show you here, I just will print this one. And let's see what we get from this. Oh, I didn't print it, print. Okay, as you can see, H stands for the hour, M stands for the minute, and S stands for the second. So you don't have to have all together at the same. This could be enough if you want. Yeah, so, but how do I know this? How do you learn? This is the documentation. So I have to take you to the string time format documentation. Yeah, doc. So you have to learn how to read the documentation. For instance, we've used H because it's hour in 24-hour formats. As you can see, in 24-hour formats, but it could be also maybe the small h could give us a different, yeah, actually I, as you can see, it gives you now a 12-hour format. So if you change to this instead to capital I, it changes to, have you seen 06? And the good thing you don't worry about. So don't format your own time, actually make use of the existing. And okay. For instance, now this time, sometimes such kind of a time is confusing, right? You don't know if it's evening or whatsoever, or midnight. So if we want to use the this anti-meridian or post-meridian, this, so we can use actually this %p. You just add %p, and then we should get, as you can see now, it's a PM, right? Yeah, definitely it's a PM. But if I use H, it doesn't need to use this PM or AM. It doesn't need to have AM or PM because it's 24-hour format. There's no any confusion. But if we use this I, 12-hour format, so it's a kind of a must to have this. Yeah. Okay, so now you know how to make use of this. For instance, as you can see, this is what I was interested to make. So let's make use of this. B, it gives me like a shorter form of a month. If I put %B and followed by a year, I think Y could be a year. Yeah, have you seen June 2021. But maybe I'm interested to have also the date. So you come here and you have to know what is the date like. So day of the month as 0 padded. Yeah. So I go for D. %D again. %D, comma. So this is the month in short form, and this is the day in a short form. I mean, June, it's not like with E. Maybe if I change it to capital, most probably in a long form. Okay, let's change it to E. As you can see, now there is E. And okay. But still, for instance, if you want to capitalize this, that this documentation doesn't have, or this small method doesn't have. Okay, but I think you got you got the idea, right? How to use it. Yeah. So now June 16, 2021. At this time of the day. Now, whenever you want to use the stir format timing, you have to come to this and you have to work on that. So now I want to share with you on Telegram because that's very important. Yes. Great. Let's move on to string to time unique using a string stir p time. As you can see, this was stir f time. This is stir p time. Okay, what's the difference in here? Okay, guys, maybe if you see, I want you to tell me what's the difference between this method and this method. What's the purpose and what's the difference? You tell me.
It's structured data versus unstructured, is it? That
yes, you're
yes,
right.
Yes.
You're
yes,
right.
you can put it in a code, and it will change the changeables in need. But if you have Excel or something, you cannot necessarily change update the data.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is in a time object. This is in a form of time object. So it's easy to manipulate. And we use this stir time, and we are changing it to actually a kind of a string, but in a proper time format. But here, what we have is actually, have you seen? This is just you have, let me just show you. You have 5 December 2019. Yeah, this is not an object, it's just a string. So we have to have a way to change this to a proper time object. So to change it to a proper time object, we have to use this stir and then p time. This allows us to do that. Okay, it's so easy. Then you have to have first from date time, import date time. We've been using that. Then date time dot stir p time. Then we pass the string and then the format. Okay, I will do this. Did I remove it already? Okay, then I can copy this. So this is a proper string. Now you can say date time dot stir. When you write stir, you have 2 options. Now we go for this. Then you pass the string, date time string. I have this string. And you don't have to all the time declare it. You can also just pass it here. You can just pass it here like this. And then the second is the formatting. How do we write the formatting? As you can see now, I want I think I have to see here. So yeah, let's read the formatting for the start time because it's a bit different. Yeah, I can. This site also has a good time. I can take you there, or let's see this one too. No, this is a bit hard to read. I can go here. Okay. For instance, this means A means Sunday. I mean Sunday, Monday. So the name of the weeks. The name of the weeks full, as in full name. And this is from 0 to 6, again, the weekdays. And this day of the month as 0 padded. Okay. So now we can just start step by step. Percent. I want this to be, this is the day, right? So if it's the day, I have to go for the fifths, actually. Yeah, so yeah, that's
D.
Yeah, D. And now let's see what we get, but we have to store it here, right? We can call it time object because we're changed to a time object, right? So let's say print time object. What? Okay, unconvert data remains, but so what? It should, okay, then we have to change all of them at once, or maybe. So the December should be, as you can see, we have this December. We can change it to December was, how was it? When we change it, it would be nice. So yeah, this is B, capital B. B. And then the year, I think we can keep the comma here. And the year is actually, we have to also check. I don't know. Yeah, as you can see, capital Y. As you can see now, this corresponds to this one, and this corresponds to this, and this is corresponds to this. Does it make sense? It's just a match. Yeah. Now let's see.
Savina, I have a question.
Yeah.
Star P means, is that to mean strip?
Oh, not really, not strip. It's not strip. I don't know the P, but it's a way to change it to an object, time object. Yes, we have still some problem. Okay, then let's see the example because we have on the example.
The final print is different for what you put there. If you look at the print that object, so
What is different?
Yeah, if you check the number 33, compare what is in the GitHub.
Yeah, because it's just I chose to, we can do datetime like this, and we can also put this here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just this is a representation of this, right? So you can, we should do, we should.
What I mean is that the line 33 print.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, time object is different from what you put in GitHub.
Okay, then. Yes, but this is also just to show that this is a label. This time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For instance, whenever you print something, you should have a label, and unless otherwise it's hard where it's coming from, right?
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. But thank you. But let's just do a copy of this and try, because sometimes it takes longer time to. I will comment this one and try to run what we have here. What? Then what's the difference? Let's check line by line. Okay, we have this and we have this here. And the percent. Okay. Strip time, date time. I don't, of course, I don't see the problem here. Oh, what's the difference between this and 5 December? It's okay.
Is the year small or big, the bigger one?
Those are okay. Both are.
That's it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just trying out what's the difference between this and this. I can't.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try it now. Okay, so I think I have to also read time or does not match format. Time not much format of. Okay, then I think there should be a space. Have you seen this space? Most probably it's because of this space. Yeah. Have you seen? So this space was hard to. Now, now we found this. This is, we managed to change this to a proper time object. So this can be converted to anything, and you can use any kind of calculation that applies for time manipulation. Great. Yeah. Have you seen the bug? Where yeah, the problem was this. I just removed this space. Okay, let's move on. But the thing is, you have to just know how to read that. So I just use this. I don't have.
I want to ask something.
Yes.
In that code, if we have a file that contains the same date like that, and we want to change it to that format, how can we do that?
The same?
You know, line 33, line 30, like 5th December 2019. For example, we have the data that have the date, like maybe the day starts maybe 1st of December to the 31st of December, like that, and we want to change it at a time.
Are you talking about range?
Yeah, range of file. Yeah.
Range of time.
I don't know. Okay, let me break it down. For example, maybe you collect the data from the experiment, and then you have maybe more than line of the date like this. Then you want to convert it to normal date like 2019 12/05 like that. Not single line. Because like this one has single line dates, but you have many of those.
Yeah, you like have like data string 1, data string 2, data string 4.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so you are talking about a series of times, something like this, a log.
Yeah, log of data. Yeah.
A log of time. Yeah. So you tell me, because this is something similar to some of the things and some of the problems we solve. Okay, yeah. You tell me first, and I will. Yes. What do you think? How we solve that?
I don't get it.
Okay. Okay.
Shall I try answer it?
Yes.
Yeah, if we have such kind of serious data, we can loop them with using the same logic. We can loop them.
Yes, we use loop. So now, most probably, such kind of a data, we will have in a file, so log file, text file. Okay, I can create some kind of a file, sample.txt, and usually the date, it goes here, June 16, 21, the time is 18:30. I believe this is what you are thinking, right? Is this? Because it's good to maybe you are experiment in every day or in every hour. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So, but I don't have to write manually. I don't. It takes forever. So 19 and 20. But let's run this at the same date only, but different time. Okay, after 5 minutes. Okay, yeah. So this is easy because it has the same pattern. Now so even it has some, maybe it was a user who ran the test, Femi, even it may have something like this, okay?
Yeah.
Not just and of course, if the user also maybe is different, it might be also other user in strange time. Yes. Now, as you can see, this data, it's a text data, as you can see, but still it has some uniformity, or it has a kind of structure. Now, we didn't learn how to handle a file yet. I will show you this after the break or something when we start handling a file. We accept this file, we fetch this file and we do some for loop and then convert this just to, yes, we iterate through this. We're using the same as I said, with the same thing.
Okay.
With the same method, but the loop, you should have a loop that iterates through each item. Yes. So whenever we have similar items, similar activities, we use for loops. It could be any kind of loops. Yeah, let's get back. If we manage to finish time before the break, that would be good. So time object to represent time, but I think we covered this part. Using date from date time, actually, there is also date from date time, as you can see that, and this day, today, it gives you something like this. That's great. So let's see this value. Let's see the value of D. Name date's not there, so I have to say from import from time date, from date time, import date. Yeah, this gave me, as you can see, it's such kind of a time during the day. Yeah, even have you seen, even though it's taking, even it stored today's date at the same time. Have you seen this? I can say today. That's crazy. Yeah, but that it's not what we put, not. So we can even do some calculation by just, for instance, from this day to today, you can do some calculation, but you may not just subtract directly. There's a way to subtract time. Yeah, calculating time span is not easy. It's not an easy kind of calculation. So because you have to change the uniform things, all the 2 days or years and everything should change to days and hours. Okay, so we got date to today, that's, and then today, year. And from today, you can extract also that part. So each part, the year, the month, and the day. That's time object to represent time. Again, from this, we can import time. As you can see, from the time, import the time. And then if you say, let me try this from date, time, import time. And let's print time. I'm just wondering if I just do not pass a value, what do I get? Yes, it's so smart. As you can see, I didn't pass anything, so I just got 0, 0, and it should do that way. Yeah, great. But how about if we just pass a value, something like this? I will show you here. Now here, for instance, at 10, it's the minute, the hour, the minute, and the second. And if you just print B, it gives you a kind of a time format, as you can see. Great. Yeah, this is the difference between this and this is yeah, we just gave a default value, so it has the parameters for the time are hours, minute, and second, and we can give something like that. So do you know the difference between when we give this and without? Let me just show you the difference. This allows you just to change the position. It doesn't matter. You can put it anywhere and it's okay. Yeah. So because it's named already, so it doesn't change at all. But in this case, if you change 10 and the 30, no. That's the difference. Whenever, it's not only for this case, whenever we have a named parameter or argument, an argument, so we can place it anywhere we want. Difference between 2 points in time. Yes, using, I think it should be delta. Let's see here. Yeah, just date. Today, this is the day this challenge was created. Yeah, let's create something at time. What's the date today? Today is actually 2021, and it's the 6th month, and the day is the 16th day. Okay. And the new year, we can just keep the new year as it is. Maybe new year will be 22 times, and then we can subtract new year minus today. I don't know how long it could be. As you can see, we're left with 199 days for New Year. Is that right? Okay. Really? Yes, 199. Yes, at this time there were only 27 days left. Yeah, it doesn't calculate the hours. As you can see now, it doesn't count the hours, but the full days. This. Difference between 2 points in time using time delta. As time delta, as you can see, even you can pass seconds even. This, it seems, but as you can see, you have to change it them into weeks and days, hours, and seconds. If you put something like that, then as you can see, the result is 86 days. And this amount of hours, that's a kind of an accurate calculation using time delta. I think this is enough for a time. If you don't have any question, let's go for a break. Okay, then if you don't have any question, let's see after 15 minutes. See you soon, guys. Welcome back, guys. We have covered this the day. What was this? The datetime module. Good enough to continue, and we will talk about exception handling. What is exception handling? Actually, I will take you to this the 30 days of Python, and I will demonstrate that. So if you remember conditionals, we say if something or if the condition is true, the condition is true, execute something. Yeah, the code goes here. What is that? Else, if not, another code comes here. So, but here in the exception handling, if something goes right, it goes in here. If something doesn't go right, it comes here. So that is, we call it exception handling. For instance, let's say try and something print. I love Python. By the way, now this is how we write, but now this says try statement have at least one except or finally so except, at least it needs except. Then print I am wrong. Okay. So what does that really mean? If this works, this will never be printed out. But if something wrong has happened here, this part will be executed. Let's see. I love Python. Oh, that I love Python. Okay, but how about if I add extra something like this? Or maybe something like this. Yeah, but that was a kind of so even the whole thing didn't run. Maybe for instance, if we try to do some calculation, num is equal to 2 times 2. This is wrong, guys. This is not right. So let's try this. As you can see, but I was also expecting something.
I think we need to print it. We need to print the variable, right?
No, the exception has to be printed out. Except run this code may, if this is true, if this works well, this. If not, may or may not have a condition. So execute this code when there is an exception. Okay, let's see that. As you can see, code in this block, if things go well, code in this block, run if the things go wrong. Yeah, I'm trying the same thing. Okay, try this. If first we try, and if everything goes right, if everything goes right, so this will not be executed, but okay, let's just try this code. We have a code here, right? Why we write even at the first place a new code? There's some sound coming from the mic. Yeah, so then why the previous didn't work? I don't know.
Well, excuse me, if I think that this is correct.
What, this?
Yes,
Yes.
if the answer is 2,
Where is 2? No, in Python, oh, this is correct. You're right. Yeah, this is correct. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's why I didn't see. Okay, how about this? So yeah, thank you. That was a very good one. Yeah, such kind of a bug is something it's hard to, because I'm thinking differently, and that's something I can't see it unless someone just help like this. I am wrong. As you can see now, I am wrong. The reason why this is actually a kind of a type error. Do you remember type error? So let's see. CMD Python. If I do this, it's a kind of a type error. So even we can handle actually the type of error happening. Instead of I am wrong, we can say exception. What is, I think I forgot how to handle the exception. We can, yeah. Exception error. And I can add Python. Nice. I can go anywhere I got. Something I'm looking for. Yeah, this is something. Exception as E. So then I can extract actually the message from that. Exception as error something or E. So if you just print out E, let's see now. Yeah, unsupported operand type S for plus int and stir. Have you seen now? Actually, it's not breaking, and we managed to print out the error. Unsupported operand types. It's a type error, and I'm trying to add an integer and a string, and that doesn't happen in Python. Yes, is there another? Yeah. Okay, good. Now you got the idea. How about if I am trying to add maybe this or maybe divide by 0? Yeah, division by 0. Yeah, as you can see, the error is actually division by 0. Okay, how about if I try to do this, something like that? And yeah, now it says int and date time, because C is already, but what I was trying to do is just adding something, maybe something that doesn't exist. Z, 2 plus Z. Yeah, name Z is not defined, so it's good to handle something. We're handling it. And then there is actually another, finally, you can do also something print. I will be executed or what? No matter what. So that this means this will be just executed no matter what. I will be executed no matter what. As you can see, if this run or this will be running. We can also just handle the different, I think I have to go back to the 30 days of, so as you can see, type error, specifically if it's a type error, value error, zero division error, but this is too much. Yeah, I didn't add, but this is elegant. Have you seen? You can write this, handle any kind of errors. If it is any kind of, but it's just one exception. In this case, I have to write for zero division, for value error. And yeah, value error, for instance, if we try to convert this int to 9 point, maybe for instance 9.81. So what would be the error here? I will make an invalid literal for int with base 10. Yeah, as you can see, it's giving us a very good value. I mean feedback. So actually, we can also add else. Else in a, of course, else is already here. Okay, let's try with the else. Print I go with the try, and let's make something true here, which I'm happy to run. And let's see what values. I go with the try. As you can see, if try is also true, and the else also will be executed. So it's just to go with the try. So that means, for instance, if this path, if this works well, and if you at the same time handle something, you can go here. But the finally just goes all the time. If it's wrong, if it gets wrong, if it gets right, it doesn't matter. No matter what, the finally block runs. But the else goes with the try only. Good. I think we managed to actually finish this in just a more elegant way. That's the concept. As you can see, try, except, else, and finally. You see some code here. Maybe I think I would recommend you to have a look at this. Maybe I think it's somehow important. I can also show you what this means. Packing is nothing to do with exception handling, packing and unpacking. So unpacking a list, what does that really mean? For instance, if you see here these numbers, I can access them like this. Yeah, so it's directly. But how about, I just made this function, so it's really a good one. As you can see, this function takes lots of parameters, A, B, C, D, E, and if I'm interested, the sum. But how about if someone gives me this data? Okay, I will show you. So this is not like it's a list. So to spread them, I have to use the star. And then I will get the sum of this value. Now it's going to be 15. This is actually, we call it unpacking. Why unpacking? Because it was a list, and using the star, I'm changing it like this, spreading it, unpacking it. Yeah, that is maybe what really for some people it might not be easy to understand. What does unpack means? Yeah, maybe for instance, a very simple example. Unpack with a list. For instance, I can say first name, last name, and age 250. Now I'm unpacking this tuple. So the first name goes here and the last name goes here and the age goes here. It's unpacking actually also. So and it's just unpack, it the same as the meaning of the word itself. As you can see now, range 2 to 7, and you change it to a list, and then you unpack it here. Yeah, but still here, it doesn't have that much of a big thing, but as you can see, the process is already. We have a range. Do you remember the range takes starting and the last number or the stopping? It doesn't include, it's not inclusive. And the state could be 1 if it's not mentioned. So we have to change this to a list, right? So if you change this to a list, it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then args. For instance, if you have args, these args, and it's 2 and 7. Now let's just say that this is a list. And to write something like this, I am spreading it here. Spreading this. Spreading means instead of this, putting it as in a list, it will be when it's there, it will be like this. Yeah. So that's spreading or unpacking. In JavaScript, we call it spreading. This is actually borrowed also another good way I will show you. And we have a list here. Now, Finland goes to here, Sweden goes to here, and Norway goes to here. What's left? Denmark and Iceland. Denmark and Iceland will be packed. Now it acts like a kind of a packing, will be packed in the rest. So to see the value, print, let's we start Fin, and we should get Finland. Yeah, as you can see, it's Finland. Okay, then you may think SW will also Sweden. I mean, yeah, it's Sweden. Then let's check then rest. The rest is going to be Denmark and Iceland. Oh, great. Okay. Unpacking a dictionary. So how do we unpack a dictionary? Yeah, instead of using 1 star, we use 2 stars, as you can see. Yeah, so this was the name of the, I made this function deliberately for learning purpose. And as you can see, you may understand the name unpacking person info function. Okay, it was something like this. And I created the person. I will read the course. Yeah, so as you can see, this is the person's object or dictionary. And then to unpack it here, when I am unpacking it, actually, I will access the name. Okay, so let's see. What name country? It's a bit tricky. What I got is something I didn't expect. Okay. Print name. So this function seems it has something wrong. Okay. Yeah. So it should work. Oh, because I forgot to add F here. Yeah. The problem was I forgot to add F here. By now we should get Sabina lives in Finland, Helsinki. He is 150 years old. Yeah. So this unpacking, I think you should really go there and sit back, relax, and read this. It takes some time to understand it. And here, what are we doing here? Packing. And the problem is packing and unpacking is the same. The symbol is the same. If you use it as a parameter, it's a packing. If you use it as in an argument, it is unpacking. So now, for instance, these args, now we are packing it. So this will be like a tuple. It will be packed as a tuple, and we can loop through and we can get the sum of any. And the same go for a dictionary. Whenever it's a dictionary, we use to. For key in coargs, whatever, you can call it this any name. It doesn't really matter, but it should be 2 star signs. And then from the dictionary, we can iterate through. Yeah, spreading in Python, I think that's the, and then again now here actually we are unpacking. We have a 0, as you can see, list 1 is this. And if we do this, we are 0, 1, 2, 3, and then list 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, as you can see. Yeah. Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Iceland. And then now country list 1, Finland, Sweden, Norway. It comes here, country list 2, Denmark, Iceland, then Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark. So we can spread it here. That means unpacking actually. So you should really sit and you have to practice. That's what I could say. Enumerate. Yes, enumerate is so powerful. I want to show you here. Where is the, here, countries. Or for instance, I have here countries, list of countries I like the most. For C in countries and print the countries. Okay, I may print them like this, from Finland to Iceland, but sometimes we might be interested also the index. Okay, so we don't have the index, right? So we can make use of enumerate and then countries. And then after that, if you check C, actually C will have both the countries and the index. Let's see. Have you seen? Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3. So it's a kind of a tuple. So while I'm looping over here, I can actually destructure or unpack it here. Yes, so this is I and the index. So now if I want to list countries I like the most, you may say print countries I like the most. Of course, guys, if I put this inside, it will be printed many times, so I have to put it outside. And then I can say F, and then I, and then maybe I can say C. Let me see what you have. But you know, you guys, you don't want to say 0, 1, 2, 4, right? That's not something you want to do, right? You can add 1 because it starts from the index. So it should be starting from 0. Now I fixed that. So countries I like the most are those, but it's just an example, guys. I love every country in this world. So yeah, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and Iceland. Yeah, and we make use of those. Okay, now let's see the importance of actually zip. It's very important, a very good example. For instance, you may have two lists, and if you have two lists, you may actually use, yeah, as you can see here, I have two lists. The list actually list of the, list of vegetables and the list of fruits for just X, for just I in zip. I want to zip these fruits and the vegetables together, and let's print what is, let's see what we get from the print. I'll show you, just have a time. As you can see, banana, tomato, orange. So let me see the lengths of the banana and orange and tomato, potato, mango, and cabbage, lemon, and onion. Yes, the different, the problem here, as you can see, because the loop didn't go further. If you don't have equal size list, it may be chopped off. Yeah, it could be chopped off here. Now I don't see my carrot. Where's my carrot? I don't know if you have yours, but I don't see mine here. Yeah. So sometimes when you want to have, you want to merge two lists even more, you may use something like this. Yeah. Now let me show you something. For instance, for evens, odd numbers. Can I create odd numbers like this? For instance, I can start from 1, and if I want to go up to 101, and if I increase by 2, these are odd numbers. Do you agree?
Yes.
List. Yes, and then print evens, list, range, and the number of, here it starts from 0, and I want to go up to 0, 100, 101 maybe, and I want to increment by 2. Yes, this, but I'm not sure that the distance. Print the length of odds and the length of the evens. If it's not equal, I will make them equal in some way. Sometimes when you don't have anything like this, let's just get rid of that for the time being. 51, 50. So I can make this at 2, 202, and it should be then. Yes, great. Now for I in range, not in range, for I in zip, I can zip the odds. Maybe I can just start with the evens and odds, and let's just print what I have here. I will get them as in, as you can see, you will get like as them as a tuple, 0, 1, 2, 3. All these are evens, all these are odd. How about if you have more? Maybe just if I duplicate the odds here, you will see just. So what's the point of here? This zip, sorry. Zip will allow you to iterate through multiple lists. Great, we made our point. Now, in this day, it seems there's no much exercise. Yeah, great. Then let's see our roadmap. Yes, file handling. That's the part we are about to get started. Great. File handling. Then now it seems it's a very good time to work on Donald J. Trump's data. Someone was talking about it. Okay, let's figure out what Donald J. Trump was talking about during the inauguration. Where is Donald? Yes, I can download or I can just copy and save this as in Donald. Yes. Then I can just save this as Donald.txt and put it something like this. Yeah. And then, because it's sometimes good to follow the tutorial because I may miss some of the points. So I have to open the file handling and then I will come back to this regular expression. Okay. So to open a file, we have to have the open built-in function. As you can see, you have to have the file name and the mode. The mode will be a reading mode, appending, writing, and a different mode. Could be reading, writing, and updating. And as you can see, there is a small cheat sheet over here. Reading, appending, writing, create text, and then a binary mode. And the path, if you don't have any mode, that means by default, you're reading. Let's read it by default. Okay, I will give the name for this file reading, yes, .py. Yeah, such a great name. So open, yes, open, and just Donald.txt. And then I think it's good to give it as F. Most of the time, the mode could be R, I mean for reading, but we're reading it now, so it doesn't matter. Now I may say print F. If I just print this data, let's see what we get. I got file not found error. So the file was not found. Donald.txt should be, oh, yeah, maybe I need the dot here. Let's run.
The file mode,
Yes.
the file mode.
No.
We don't need
As
to.
you can see now, I am in the wrong. Yeah, this for some reason it's putting me to the wrong week 4. Let's go week 4, and we have to say P or and then the file handling, and we should get yeah, because this is also, it's, you know, someone developed this. So whenever I'm hitting it, instead of going and running it from week 4, it is trying to find it in somewhere from the project. It should go deep one step. Yeah, so I'm running it manually, so it doesn't matter. As you can see, we got a kind of an object, text wrapper object, but this doesn't give anything. So how about if I say just read something like this? Oh yeah, that's so easy. As you can see, I read it like everything at once. Yeah, it seems good already. Great. So now maybe so it's not easy to read this. We read it, but to handle, maybe how about if I am interested to read, it takes, by the way, a parameter characters, well, only 10 characters. How about? As you can see, Chief Just, is that how it starts? Let's see. Oh, that's how it starts. Okay, whatever. Maybe 100, the first 100 characters. Yep, now you know that you can read everything at once, or you can also read a couple of characters. Okay, maybe let's try also by just dot and see the different alternatives you see. As you can see, read line, and let's see. Let's just read the first line, as you can see. How do we identify the first line? Let's go to the text. So the first line is actually up to the full stop. Yeah, or maybe let's see how it looks like here. Here, the first line is up to here, so there's a break there. So a break is actually, so this has a break. That's the place you see. But reading just only one line is not a good thing. How about lines? Dot lines. Dot lines. And that might be much better. Yeah, as you can see, this gave us actually list of the sentences or lines, but we have this thing. I don't like that. There is this split lines is actually a very good one. I go for that. Split lines. So split lines, if I'm not forgetting. Okay, then I may check it from here. Read line, read lines, and split lines. So then why? Oh yeah, actually from read, we can split the lines. Read, and then split lines. Split the lines. This is a bit clean. As you can see now, we don't have that. The break line. If you start here we have. Yeah, it's very good. Now the importance of this, we can iterate if we want for line. So it's really good to store this as in lines then. Yeah, because now these are lines. Now I can go through for line in lines. Print line. That means now we have a plan to split, yeah, I mean to print every line. Yeah, we did actually. And at the same time, even we can change them to a word, like split them. And then you will have a chance to see list of words. Yeah, we're changing them to list of words. But before changing them to list of words, how about if we trim them? Like to trim, I think a stripe is the way to remove spaces in the left and in the right at the same time. Replace the dot with nothing. Yeah. And then after that, I want to split it. Now, as you can see, I am chaining methods. So chaining a method is this method after another method and after another method. Is it okay? Yes, it is okay. As long as you know how to use it. Now, we don't see those special characters. Do we see? No, we don't see them. It seems somehow clean. Yeah, but as you can see, this is not a proper. This is not a proper. But now still, I think we should go one step because it's better to change this to lowercase before, and then just to remove. Now, as you can see, now I'm really chaining it. We have already how many methods we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Still, it's okay. The reason why, if Donald J. Trump said 100 times America, America, and if sometimes, because we want to count America, but America could be written uppercase all the time, but some words might be written sometimes with uppercase, sometimes with lowercase. So it's good to change everything to lower case. Yeah. Yes. And now another way, do you think now it's a good time to count, or do you think it's still, we have to do more of a cleaning? Yeah, so maybe we can keep a store words. I can just do this. And then even I can say for this, for, what is this? Actually, this. Now this is just a kind of a chunks, or I can just temporarily store words here. These are still words, but they are there for the time being. So for a word in temporary, and then if a word not in words, then we can say words dot append and the word. And now if I just print the word, and I can all words, and let's see. Yeah, this is what I got now from Donald J. Trump. But now the point is actually this, for instance, this one, this, it would have been much better if we clean such a kind of texts, because they are not important, have you seen? So how do we remove something like this?
Regular expression.
Yes, now that is actually the topic we are about to start. Destiny, and we have also, as you can see, destiny and your. They were supposed to be one word, but they are conjugated. I don't know why that happens. So sometimes you need to also touch neighborhoods. That's not something you can do with it. But I don't know, at some point, destiny somewhere. And do you see destiny?
Yes, two, please.
Yeah, so the reason why, as you can see, there should be a space after. It should be written something like this. Like in a properly structured statement, it should be written something like this. There should be a space after. Of course, we can handle that also with a regular expression. But the point, what I'm trying to show you here, when you work with the data, you should get some results, something like this, something what we got. And again, you have to cross-check your data. How does it look like? What's the reason you are getting something? So now I am just adding manually some spaces after those, and that actually will fix. So I can, but this is the manual fix. And how about if it's the data is really huge, then you should implement something different, and that's also possible. Okay, and now let me just run this again. Now, most probably, I don't see this. The destiny was somewhere around. Goodness, love, forever guide along the way, make strong. But anyway. Oh, okay, so now I want to remove some such kind of. So a regular expression, how do we use regular expression? We will come to that later because we might mix everything together, but I will come to regular expressions soon. So what are we doing here now? We learn how to read text data, maybe also to make Femi happy. It's good to also read something like this. So this is maybe for you guys. Then instead of Donald, I may also just add something with date py, and then open. Great. This time
To be sample text.
How is that? Yeah, sample. Yeah, thank you. Sample.txt. Yeah, so this you can say f is equal to open. You have to store this inside f at f. Then you may say f dot read it, and then you can read it as a line, read it, or what was the code error here? Split lines, okay. Split lines. Okay, then. And this should be lines. Or dates, you may call it dates for you. Of course, but they are lines now. Print the lines, and you may go to, I have to change the name of the file, and I think the name of the file is actually date. What time? What time? Why is it?
You have underscore.
I see. But read date. Yeah, it's strange. Well, the where was strange. That's why I was. Okay, Femi, now as you can see, you got this. Now we add also kind of. Now I feel that the place where we have to split, we have to know where to split, you know? We should split it here because we need this part. We need this part, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, for line in lines, print line. Have you seen? Yes. Dot split. Okay, then we're almost there, right? Yes, so we need only the other part. And we want to also, I have seen stripe, remove all the spaces. And do you remember, so we have to use one of the method we have used to change the time, right? It was somewhere. here, time object. Do you agree? Time object. So I go here. It's a time object. So my time actually it's going to be string. You could call it time string, and your date string or time. Yeah, you can call it date string. Whatever. Then print time object. Great. But as you can see, this is crime.
Yeah, we need to import.
We need to import dates.
Import date time. Does not match of anything. Yeah, let's see how it looks like, because this really needs, as you remember, but print the date time string. Let's print this and see. At least I can see the first print. So yeah, because we need to have also the time, the time. Okay, so I have to change this to, I don't remember them by heart, and then I don't have to, I have to go here. I just use some, how does an hour looks like? An hour looks like, okay. Yeah, somehow I want to go for this one. This is for hour and for minute. Do you see the minutes? And the minutes also, yes. Then good. Capital H and capital M. Look at this, the format I'm following this. Yep. So if there's space in between, yes, nice. I think that's not running much. So let's try this. Huh? Time date does not match off the format. I have this June. I think this is it short? Yeah, so I have to check that again. That's not a short form. Yeah, that's short. So I have to make it capital. Yeah. This should be capital. And the second is going to be the date, right?
Small d, yeah.
Small d, yes. Yeah, now as you can see, we have format. So for this one, you got this, and then if you want to store it somewhere, you can store it in a temporary list or in a database or whatsoever you want. Yeah, good. Let's get back to where, yeah. So we learn how to read. And actually after we read, we have to do this f.close. F.close. Yeah, we have to do the, after we finish everything, we have to do the closing. And that's common to do, but now actually there's this opening with Python. I like that, and it's trendy with statement in Python. This is what we've been doing. You know it, but there is also this with open as. Yeah, what does that mean? We can always open and then file name and as file, and then your code goes here. Yeah. So for instance, if I want to open Donald J. Trump again here, I go to the Donald txt and print. If you don't do anything, just call it pass, okay, if you don't. But let's print f dot read everything at once. And yeah, as you can see, we managed to read. Now let's create also a file. Creating a file, guys. I can call it creating file.py. Yeah, so with open, or like I call it test.txt. And then maybe the name of my students, I can call them names, and I can call family, or can maybe countries. Yeah, so if it's countries, I don't have to write again. I can do things from the data I have. Yeah, we have here. Or maybe just I can just take this list. Month. Yes, as f. Then now f dot write, not write, just something like this. And then you just put something. I love writing text. What's wrong in here? Maybe indentation. Yeah, Python is noisy sometimes if you have just an indentation problem. So let's run this. Yeah, so because here, let's have just, for some reason, yeah, no such a file, or yeah, let's just put something like this.
Or file mode need to be either write or append, right?
Yeah, I think it should be right, but I was thinking also if accepts without. Yeah, I think that the mode is a mist, because by default without, if you don't pass, it's read, but now it's a mist to write. And as you can see, we have something now. Yes, great. But the problem is now, if you want to write something continuously, it overrides. Let's see. For m in month, maybe if I want to just do something like this. If I say if I work in, and let's see. Yeah, so as you can see, no problem, but let's open the file. Yeah, actually it runs now. I work in January, I work in February, I work in March. Yes, but maybe you don't like, so we have to have a line, you know, in Python, we create with this exception handling slash, and this is how we run it. And let me just run again and see what we have. But now, as you can see, it's formatted again. I work in January, I work in February, yeah, and it's just, okay, we wrote something. But how about if we want to add something on top of that? Maybe if I want to add something here, really love Python. And if I run this, and check the file. Surprisingly.
Override. Yeah.
Yeah, I really love Python. Yeah, it override it. Yeah, so the reason why is because of the loop, as you can see, it override. So there might be cases you may need this, but I think the most important one is with this. It allows you to create. If the file doesn't exist, it allows you to create. Let's just delete that. And if it exists, it allows you to append. Yeah, for instance, let's just undo this as it was. Okay, I can run this once. Okay, you may see now. Yeah, now we created a file. So from January to December. And now I may want to also add something, you know, I don't want to run the loop. Just F. Now I may need a long break. It is good to have a break too. Okay, now let's run this. Yeah. Let's see. Now I may need a long break. It's good to have a break too. So it has been appended. So now what we saw so far, so we know how to read, and we know how to write, and we know how to write and append, write and append. Okay, correct. Let's see this 30 days of Python, and if there's something to add. And deleting a file, as you can see, we have to use this, the operating system, remove a file. You can go to import OS. Yeah, usually it's good to import it at the top. And then what you do is actually os.remove, and then you just tell the file. What file? test.txt. And by running this, you will delete it. Because it's being used another process. Where? Okay, let's close this. Okay, let's also close it here. Yeah, and because it was pinned, and that could be also the reason. The process cannot access the file because it's being used by another process. Test.
Can it be that the file is not closed because it's inside this width?
No, but width doesn't need a closing, by the way.
Yes, but it's intended inside.
Okay. That could be a problem.
Asamina, do we need to run this OS syntax inside the file syntax, or we need to run it outside of the opening files instead of making within the file handling?
Do you think that can make a difference? That doesn't. Yeah, that could be a reason here, because the file is already. Yeah, let me try with that. No, but this is not in the path. Was the the process being used. Where did we use it? Okay, let's just close some of that. I might be using it also with other files, and now I don't have any file. And is there any running whatsoever? Creating a file here now.
It's still used in the with statement, so remove it from the with statement. This always remove.
You mean here?
Yes, because it's all open to file with this with.
Yes, I think now it has been removed. But let me see one of. Let's create another file again. Let's write something. Yeah, so it has to be, yeah, after the with, it has to be closed at the end. Yes. And then
I'm sorry, actually, it doesn't require closing the file since we use the with close. It's not necessarily to put the close statement. That's one of the advantage of with statement is not to closing or not to forget the closing. It closes by itself. So I think we don't need the close statement.
Oh yeah, that's what I know, but let's try to use that also. Okay. Yeah, because I have this is removing it right away. Okay, so let's try without. Yeah, the closing is not important as far as I know too. Yeah. So I accept. You're right. Whenever we use this open without a with, we should close it by the end when we handle file, but with can help us to write without closing. But the problem of using with, everything should be coming inside the indentation though, so everything is inside. Okay, good. Deleting a file with extension. File types, sorry. So file types, so we will come that later. Different file with txt is very common form of data, and we covered it in the previous section. I mean, JSON, yes, but now we are actually talking about it, and we will talk about that also. This the type, it's a dictionary, and this is the JSON. The difference between a JSON and the dictionary is not much. This is in a form of string, and this is in a form of an object. A JSON means JavaScript object notation. So it's an object in a form of a JavaScript object, but in a form of a string. Why we need to make it this? Because it's for sending it to the server. It's lightweight. Changing JSON to dictionary, it's possible to do that. For instance, we have here the JSON file. So we have to import the JSON. JSON loads %JSON. And then we are changing the JSON to a dictionary. So this is a dictionary. And then vice versa. Now using again, actually this is load. We are loading the JSON to, so that means parsing it to an object, and we dump. Dump is actually changing it to a JSON. So JSON dumps person. Maybe I have to show you this. It's very important. I somehow, okay, now I have this JSON module. This is the person dictionary, and then dumps person, this dictionary indent. Indent is indent. Let me show you without indentation. Type a person. Yeah, good. So we have something here. Okay, the type, that is string. That means it has been already changed to a JSON by default. It's but now indent to for spaces. Then as you can see, because of the indentation now, we have this kind of a formatting. It looks like very good, like the pretty print, but we didn't use pretty print, as you can see. Yeah. Great. I think it's good to saving a JSON file. As you can see now, I'm doing this. I have this a dictionary, and at the same time, it has been saved with open this location. Encoding, if there is, to a UTF, then I'm creating a file. It could be in this case append to A as F, then JSON dumps person, this person, and in Shiraski, this is just an option, indent in 4, so this will save it as in CSV, as in a JSON file. We can do the same for this, but now we are not going to spend much time here because pandas handle more elegantly. Of course, you may go through this, but we will handle this using Panda. So Panda is much better handling. For instance, we have also here XML. I'm not sure if you know what XML is, but it's not that much very important for now. You will know it step by step. Now let's have a 10 minutes break before we start to back to regular expression. Yeah, shall we have a break of 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Now, this will be regular expression session. Regular expression is a little programming language. You can find it almost in all programming language, in JavaScript, in Java, in PHP, and also here in Python. It allows you to clean text, to look for pattern. Okay, maybe I can read for you. A regular expression or regex is a special text string that helps to find pattern in a data. Yes, regex can be used to check if some pattern exists in a different data type. To use regex in Python, first we should import the regex module, which is called RE. So now let's do here, I may call it regex module or regex example or whatever, regex module.py. Yeah, import regex like this. Yeah, then the regex has different methods. I will show you. Match, yes, it returns actually search only in the beginning of the first line. I will show you here. So the string, I may say some string, I can call it like this. I love Python. So now regular regex.match, and then I have to pass the pattern. The pattern is actually I, right? And then the string itself, string. Yes. Now let's print this out. Maybe I can store it as a match. Yeah, I can call it match. And the match, if there is a match, I should get an object. Let's try. Yeah, I got an object because I exist here. It starts from. But if this was like you, let's see. None. Yes. Now something you should notice is actually not this. If there's no match, you get none. If there's a match, you get an object. Okay, how about if it's I? Yeah, great. Actually, now since I, maybe I can change this to I. Yeah, it's none again. Maybe there's this regex dot I. You can just ignore case. That's just I is enough. That means ignore the case. Now again, we got the object, as you can see. That's great. But match, sometimes it helps you to check if something starts with some string at the very beginning. Okay, now let's try the search. Search, return a match object if there is one anywhere in the string, including multi-line strings. Yes, this one, it doesn't matter. You love Python, but I love JavaScript. So do you think there is I in this statement or in this sentence? Is there I? Oh, is there I? Is there the word I or the letter I in this? Yes, it is here. Now, if I'm trying to match, it should be none because it's not starting the beginning. So I have to use the search method. But now I should get again an object. As you can see, I found an object. So you can, so span, by the way, if you say also span, you can get the span object like this if you are interested. As you can see, it's a tuple. This actually 20 means here, and 21 is after here. So the starting point of maybe love, you may look for a love. So maybe you might be expecting love starts from, we found that this is 20, 21, 22. So it should be starting from 22 plus, what is this? 4 then 26. What? Oh, because, yeah, it didn't go for the last love. Instead, actually, it goes for the first love. So remember, search, it doesn't care how much of that substring you have. It just go for the first one. Great. I think you might have noticed it already. Now let's go for find all. So find all is so special. Now match. So if you go instead find all. Now I have two labs, so I have to get them as in span, yeah, because it doesn't have a span. It just return an array or a list. Yep, lab. Yes, you can add also additional lab. Love is something you should give to everyone. Okay, let's see now. As you can see now, love. Are you following, guys? I feel that I'm alone.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are some people here.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, so let me just write. We saw match method, we saw search method, and now we are checking find all. The match just check the beginning. If some is the same in the beginning, it checks something from the beginning. Search, it search throughout the string from the beginning to the end. Find also look for in all the string and return as in a list. Yeah. Now let's you make use of a split. Takes a string split it at the match point. For instance, if I want this to be splitted where love exists, then I will have this part and this part and this part. Actually, and this part. Yeah. Let's just change this to a split. Yeah, so it gives you actually again a list, and it has been splitted, as you can see, Python, JavaScript, but this one for some reason love was not okay, but why it's okay? Now maybe let me try another love. How? That's strange. The love item, which I love JavaScript, love is okay. Of course, sometimes we do some kind of operation also to lower case, for instance, before we do the operation. But still, love is something you should go to everyone. But let me see, for instance, if it's there. All right, okay. Let me just check the split we have somewhere. Find all. The match points. Okay, now let's try this. I have a love teaching, and again, yeah, but this one we tried. Okay, let's try to split this and see what will happen. I will leave that also there. For instance, if I want to split this text at love, because there's a love here, a love here, a love here. I'm a teacher and I teach. There's nothing as rewarding as a teacher. Yes, I found teaching more interesting than yes. Yes, of course I can. Okay, but here it worked. Let me change. Let me remove those new lines and see. Okay. Yeah, everything is removed, even. Okay. Love is our goal. Okay, how about if I okay, because that it was uppercase, that why I can target this also is lower, love, something like this. Okay, then this worked. So the split doesn't have this, the case ignore flag, but I was expecting. So as you can see, we managed to split it. How about the string? Yeah, something you should go to you, Python, but JavaScript is something you should give to everyone. Yes, lab is, yeah, lab. Do you know how? It should be a small or uppercase, lowercase, or for instance, you can look for potato or tomato in the text. Yes. What do you want? A potato, or tomato. I go for potato. Then now, what are you expecting for this? And I think it's good if we change this to a match, because we will have a collection of, so I want love, both in uppercase and lowercase. Why not potato too? If you really love, if you have really, so you should love potato too. Okay. What's happening here? Yeah, find all. Why I didn't do find all? Sorry, it's not much. Find all. Yeah, love, 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 and potato, potato, because we have potatoes 2 times. And if you want also collect the tomatoes, you can just use tomatoes. So this, the OR operator allow us to look different patterns. Yeah. Now let's go for replace. Yeah, so to do replace, maybe we can do replace. Yes, now we are about to replace all the lab to by 8. No, don't do that, guys, but in this case we do that. Okay, just only in this case. Yes, you can't do with change, yeah, so but you don't, so in the match, actually it gives you not a match, it gives you a new string. So we're actually getting a new string, and we are not modifying this string. The string is immutable, it's not something you modify. So let's have the new string. The new string we are getting or creating. Okay, there's some error, has no attribute to replace. No, it's not replace. Yeah, I made a time mistake. Sub. It's a kind of substitute or something. Hate. Why are we getting that? Yeah, maybe I think. Maybe if I have sub text small or uppercase and mashed. Yeah, I think was powerful like that human has ever. Yeah, the substitute and the text. Yeah, I think I just made a big mistake. So the word, the substitute, and then the string goes here, huh? Guys, sorry. So there was a change. You hate Python, but I hate JavaScript. A love is something you should give to everyone. What do you want? A potato or a tomato? I go for potato. So now we can also do this love. Then the love is uppercase will be also changed to a hate too. Yeah, have you seen? Don't do that. Yes, now at least you know how to use the 4 methods, 4 powerful methods, and you learn a pattern also. Now, I think, for instance, to clean this, you don't know what it says. It has some kind of different characters. Yeah, and it's really hard for me to teach you here. There's this application that help us to learn. Whenever we want to write regex expression, we write it something like this. And sometimes we use this R. So that means actually it's a row. So it's like, it will be considered as a regex, not just an ordinary string. So we may say love and then just love. So it's recommended to write it something like this. Still, it should work, okay? But sometimes, you know, it's not something you look for a word. It could be a phone number. It could be a date. For instance, if I may ask you to look for, I think we have to go to 30 days of Python, and there is some text. If you go to the data and if you go to email exchanges, I may ask you to filter, I mean, to collect these days, you know, or maybe I may ask you to collect these emails. Maybe both, I may ask you, or maybe where the email was sent and who was the receiver and when was the date the email was sent, something like that. So you may have a different pattern, or maybe I may ask you just a certain pattern. So it varies. So what do I understand from this? It's a way to look for some pattern. Yeah, okay. Then if that's the case, now I may say I love, maybe, have you seen this? I think this looks like more of a JavaScript. I have to change it to Python, okay? Yeah, do you remember I told you that these are, do you see the R? Like, maybe I have to make it a bit, do you see the R? Do you see the quotation?
Yeah.
Yes.
And do you see also the quotation? And we have this also, the flag. The flag could be like a global. Global means it search throughout the file, multi-line, and insensitive case insensitive. Okay, now if I say ABC, that means I'm looking for something in the text, ABC. I learned my ABC by the age of 7. Have you seen? We managed to detect our ABC. There was a match, right? Then how about if I say ABC is the starting point for everything. And then as you can see now, I can make ABC. Now I managed to handle both of them. But sometimes, you know, we may write this differently. There is this way of writing in Python in a regular expression. So this is actually, if I write this A, that means I'm looking for A. if I am writing B, I am looking for A or B, not AB. If I write C, I am looking for A or B or C, not ABC. If I'm looking for G, I'm looking for A or B or C or G. As you can see, A was found, ABC was found because I was looking for all of them. So yeah, B, you got the idea. But sometimes if we want to look for A to Z, we can do something like this. Or maybe, oh, how about, so this actually help us only to look for letters, and it will help us to remove any characters that is not letters. Yeah, have you seen here 7? 7 was not found. 8. Numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 will not be recognized by this. How about uppercase? Have you seen ABC? We're not recognized. So A to B. Now this has, but this one actually look for only one character. So we can add this addition. Now that means one or more. This kind of regular expression is so hard to remember. So you don't have to remember by heart. So there is already, I have to take you to the I think. So you have, you can follow this. As you can see, we have a guide. What's the dot means? Any character except new line. So if you just, if I just put here a dot, wait. Yeah. So this dot actually is like any character. Is it? So if we are using it, the dot inside, well, and maybe, I don't know here, but so the dot, as you can see, it targets any character over there, except the a new line. A as in AB, the string AB. So if this is not inside something like this, as you can see, but if you put it something like this, regular expression, character classes, this, the square bracket, that means one of them. What do you think this? I may just implement that here.
It's negation, yeah.
Yes. So if you write something like this, we're ignoring all lowercase. I'm ignoring all lowercase. If you do, for instance, I want to show you, because there we have some example. Now we are ignoring the uppercase. And if you do the numbers 0 to 9, we are ignoring the numbers. Okay. But if you want to target the numbers, you can just target the numbers. And this, the plus, the operators, I think there are lots of files open, so we don't need all of them to be opened at once. This, the regular expression quantifiers, we call them quantifiers. 0 means, star means 0 or more, plus means 1 or more. The question mark means 0 or 1 times. And this exactly 2 times. What does that exactly 2 times? For instance, I was born in 1860. So what my age is 250. Now, if I am looking for only a number which is 3 digits, as you can see, this match. Yeah, have you seen this? This match, this. But now this is also matching, right? So I have to use this, the dollar sign, then, okay. Maybe starting. Or I can use the and yeah, this means word boundary. So as a word boundary, there should be, that means there should be a space. Now I managed to target numbers that has these 3 characters or 3 digits. So the pattern goes on. So with this, I would like to ask you guys to come up with the thing we have started already, Donald J. Trump's the text. Where is it? It seems this one. So I want you to clean this and also to make word frequency table. Word frequency table looks like this. For instance, the could be coming maybe 30 times. America, maybe is might come 25, and whatsoever. America working to 80 something. So I want you to develop a small script that look for the most frequent words that Donald J. Trump used. And another thing I want you to do, remove the unnecessary words. We call them in natural language processing, the stop words. What are stop words? When we speak, we use auxiliary verbs or these linking verbs just to make a proper statement or acceptable grammar. But this of, the, have, a, our, this, the weight of the meaning or the message is very, very small. So it doesn't have that much weight. So we can remove those. So I will give you a list of the what are these? The stop words, and you remove also stop words from Donald J. Trump, okay? Or you can also import them from the import. I can show you. Import NLTK. Yeah, so then from the NLTK, we can say, yeah, I can just check stop words. So, yeah, so from analytic corpus, import stop words. I can use this. I'll show you, but now analytic is not. So stop words, stop words. You can say stop words, I think, and then English. And let's try print stop words. And I will show you. There are about 179 words. I'm expecting a stop words not defined. Yeah, stop words like this. Yeah, now we managed to print it out, the stop words, as you can see, I, me, my, myself. If you don't, maybe if you have a problem to import an LTK, then you can make use of this. Okay, I'm already storing it. Stop words.py. Okay, stop words, and you got it here. So you don't have it. Either you can use from this, or you can just run this. You don't need this. Yes. What am I expecting? I have to write it. 1, without removing any stop words. Find the word frequency. I think make the word frequency table and find the 10 most frequent words used during his speech, the inauguration. Okay. Okay, then the second, remove the stop words. Remove the stop words and count the total number of unique numbers. Okay, good. That's all for today, guys. We have to stop the recording.